Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Space Engineers. My name's CaptainShack. I've been covering Space Engineers for a while now. Really cool game. Let's go ahead and get the world loaded up. So, in the speed builds that I've been doing, I've said, hey, guys, if you're making really cool stuff, send me a link to maybe a YouTube video where you get recorded with Fraps, or send me a link to your Steam Workshop shared file. So I can, check out what kind of builds you've done, and I've gotten a huge list of ships. And I'm making this awesome montage of the community builds that we've all put together to send to the devs. But some of them stood out, like really stood out, and this is one of them. That's right, this is the Nebulon B frigate from Star Wars. Let's see, it's with Star Wars, Empire, Shadows of the Empire. No, not Shadows of the Empire, that's the N64 game. Oh, God, this is gonna bug me. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Wow, super brain fart. It's the Nebulon B frigate, and he's done an amazing job because it's such an oddly shaped ship. Like, here's the front end, and you can see it's huge. It's really large. One thing they need to add to this game, I think, is a boost to the jetpack, because it's fairly slow when you're dealing with larger vessels. It's hard to get around. But yeah, look at the front end here. You got the radar dish. Not radar dish, the radio towers, and they've actually got windows, and he's gone in and done the interiors as well. So the interior actually makes sense, and it makes really cool spaces, and they're well lit spaces. And for her size, she's 10,000 tons, but she's fairly maneuverable. So let's go ahead and get inside. If you swing around the back here, you can see tons of thrusters. He's got them going in every direction. They're well spaced, and they look good. So the guy who made this, I'll put the link down below to his actual workshop page, but he's done a fantastic job. It looks just awesome. He's got like a refueling ship next to it too. It looks more like a submarine than anything. So his actual world space is pretty cool, but he's got like a, he's got multiple bridges, so you can control from multiple sections. This is kind of like what I would assume I would put some type of a shuttle bay there once they have dock ships and they won't just slide around. Let's go ahead and go into this walkway here. I'll look at the hull some more. Back in the back, and you can kind of see it, and we'll go in there. There's like an observation deck. She's already loaded down with turrets. Let's go ahead and break a hole here. I've created a hull breach. It's got windows. There is gravity. I think because we're sitting next to that ship that I'm all cockeyed because there's multiple sources of gravity. Kind of pulling it in. Go here, little rooms. He said that it's not finished yet, but from what he's got, it's really impressive. You got the different decks, which he's still decorating. You've got the front of the bridge here. Go ahead and turn that off, and you can see there's flying her from the bridge. And there's places you can control it from in the back. I actually prefer the back side, but let's kick off the thrusters and get her moving. Now, of course, if we're going to drive a ship this size, we're going to have to crash it into something. I mean, that's going to have to be a must. But first, I'd like to show you guys his engineering bay, which I was really impressed with how he's kind of designated the different floors and the different levels. So we'll run up the hatch here. I like that you can actually see your body in this game. Like, I can see my feet, I can see my arms. When you use a ladder, you can see yourself climbing up the ladder. He's got the windows. This is the long neck of the ship. I like how the lighting's not too much. The interior walls, which I'm hoping they're going to add more interior walls, because this is all they've got right now. More storage, which you could put, whatever in there. You can put more cargo containers. That's probably what I would do. Assemblers, one whole room full of assemblers, and then here's where the decks start. So I'll go up first. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you go up the stairs in Space Engineers, you actually see your hands and arms, and it's something that they should do, I think, in more first-person shooters, because it gives you a greater sense of... Let me go ahead and disengage from that so you guys can see. So there's that observation deck that I had pointed out. You can see the turrets outside. So it's all interconnected. And now, flying the ship from this back section. Look at all the engines on the back end. Now, if you go down that same ladder, there's reactor rooms. There's cargo. I'm actually kicking on the forward engines. See how much speed we can get. Oh, that thing is spinning. I don't want to hit it. Now, if you guys don't know how to make things spin, leave a comment down below if you'd like me to make a guide on how to make spinning objects and spinning pieces of, you know, ships and whatnot. It's actually pretty cool. I'm really looking forward... Let's go ahead and get her turning. I'm really looking forward to when they add mining and whatnot. And multiplayer. I mean, multiplayer is the big thing. And I'm curious to know how many people they're going to allow into a server, because I'd like to do some big community builds in this. Which would be really cool. See all the engines on the top and the weapons, but look at the detail. So if you guys are interested in seeing your build, and you've got like a really kick-ass build, send me a link to your Steam Workshop. You can share them really easily, and they're really easy to download if you want to try other people's builds. Let's start heading back towards the rocks. Send me a link, and there'll be a link to this one if you want to try it out. His build is pretty cool, especially when weapons come out to get this into a fight with like a Star Destroyer. Full power to engines! So we can bed this thing into a... Oh, yeah, there's the other ships. Let's go ram those. There we go. I still find it easier to fly with the keyboard in this. And I don't know if they're going to do something about the mouse controls, because in the larger ships, it's really hard to get them to turn at any type of responsive rate for something that's about 5 tons or more. Here we go. Oh, my favorite part about this game is the damage modeling. Oh, I like to turn the engines off. You can see the thrusters kick on the other ship. The gyroscopes are trying to keep it from spinning. The physics modeling. The one thing that I always wanted them to add to Minecraft was full-on physics, so you can have vehicles. Oh, damn, we're just like tearing into it. All right, so we'll get out. We'll see the damage. Let's just remove a wall. Ah! Fly out here. I think she's still spinning. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still moving. Sweet. But I'm curious what they're planning on doing with the multiplayer. You know, are they going to make it so the space is randomly generated? Because when you go under... Yeah, when you go under K, they've got factions, blueprints, communications, inventory. Exactly how is all that going to work? Because if they got factions, does that mean NPC factions? Does that mean maybe server teams? Now that I don't know. And they haven't talked about it in any of the dev blogs that I've read. We rammed him to the bottom of it. I probably should have backed off a little bit so we could see the damage. With like the crumpled metal. And how do you repair the crumpled metal? Do you use the welder and stuff? Like these are things that I'm really interested in. Oh wow, cut right through to the reactor. Oops. But it's the damage modeling on this that really has me excited for combat. And as they refine the ship controls... What ship am I even looking at right now? This is... Is this the front of the Nebula? Oh, it is the front of the Nebula. I tore into the bridge. Oh, fantastic. Let's jump into here and see if I can separate the two ships. It actually dug a hole... Kick on the engines. And separate them. It actually dug a hole into the Nebula. Every time I look at this ship, it reminds me of, not Shadows of the Empire, Star Wars Empire at War. The best strategy game, maybe one of the best Star Wars games. Of course, not counting the KOTOR RPGs. Those are just so damn good. There we go. Now we can see the damage. There's... Oh... The hole ripped in here. This is why they need atmosphere. We should see like air getting sucked out. The ship's starting to spin a little bit. Like, look at the damage. Now think of weapons fire and how that's going to affect ships. And how targeting subsystems, taking out, you know, maybe where their reactors are or where their cluster of thrusters are is going to matter. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, so that was the Nebula B and me actually wrecking the guy's creation. But I didn't wreck the primary one. You can download it off Steam Workshop. Messing with it and changing it and adding your own style to it won't affect his original copy. But that one is fantastic, and there's a lot more. There's a Millennium Falcon somebody sent me, and I really hope they share it on the Steam Workshop. I want to show you guys that one. It'll be part of the montage that I'm making. And if you guys got a great build, send it to me. Send it to the XP Gamers. Send it to xpgamers@gmail.com. The link will be down below if you have a YouTube link or a direct link to the workshop. If you want to just record your own footage, that is fine. I have no problem with that. I will edit it in, and we'll send it to the devs, and they can use it for advertising the game and showing what the engine's capable of so far. Remember, this is early alpha, so the game is not done by any means. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video and checking out somebody's kick-ass build. Can't wait to see more of your builds. Please like this video, subscribe here to TGN for more gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.